Coach, from the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This is Derrick Henry, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Titans first down.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Titans, gain of 12. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Second and 11. He finds Corey Davis. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
That's going to be a long day. Go. Go, Mike 51. Hey, it's coming up.
They'll set up to throw. He finds Beckham, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18.
Let's go.
Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Here we go.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Check 41. Let's go, let's go.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. A quick throw complete out to Beckham. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 34 yards there at a 1st down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable game.
Watch tight end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Let's go.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Watson. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 29-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
You're set. 19. Check 55 to Mike. You're not ready. You're not ready.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Ramsey. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
You're set. 19. Yeah. You don't want none.
Here's Watson. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, Mixon. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Now on 2nd and 13, Watson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, they have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Come on, hard. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Too little, Cupcake. Mike 50, Mike 50.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
59. Hey, ball trot. 50.
I'm trying to collect.
Hey, 50, 50.
From the gun, here's Watson. Steps away to his left. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. Back to throw, Watson. Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
Now Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. Fourth and goal. Well, they're going to try this thing. They're at the 5, fourth and goal. They're going to go for it. We'll see. Run, probably pass to both in the arsenal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jordan Thomas, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd.
Hey. 4 down.
They'll set up a throw. He finds his target, Beckham. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Looking to throw. Watson. And Thomas has it. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
I think it's okay that they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
31.
Mixon with it. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
We're set. 19.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Alert. On him, go.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Buying time to his left. And an alley to run. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 39.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
19.
Mike 50.
I'm coming. 26. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, I'm coming.
On first down, it's Watson. Next caught, it's Thomas. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jordan Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Tight ends on the Ringo. We got 4.
2nd and 10. It's caught by Davis. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, it's Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second and 2. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try to run for it with Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his second touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Pin the mirrors back and go full.
Watson now to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Watson now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
55's my guy, 55. Hey, alert, alert. Watch QB drop. Kill, 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 kill.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The tackle made by J.M. Brown. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Get him, boys. Get him, boys.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him what.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Watson. And the pressure gets to him again.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 54. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taylor now returning it. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long. And they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No
him.
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit and not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll run here with Mixon. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Reset. 18. At 25. I got him.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. And now it'll be third down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
It's just me.
Here's Watson. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Marcus is set. 18. All day. Double tight. Double tight. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Mixon. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Strong left. Strong left. Strong left. Everyone, you got 4. 4 down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive.
59. Now watch run. Slam. Jam.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down.
58, right over there. Yeah.
Out of the gun, Watson. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Watson now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Strong left. Take it in. We want it. Come to my world.
A little flare.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw is Watson. Open man, Arthega right side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They run the counter. Ramsey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Set. 19. Here we go, D. Let's go.
Back to throw. Watson. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the red zone now, Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn now to add the extra point.
And this is what coaches talk about, never being satisfied. No matter what the lead, always trying to increase it. You never know what can happen in this NFL.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
He's going to wind up in air. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 3. Check 3. Okay.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
Here we go. Here we go.
That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They still playing soccer.
Looking to throw. No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Let's go, D.
They'll look to throw. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
It's 3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line.
They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
He'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Focus, defense, focus.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. A disappointing drop there on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Come on, set. Touchdown.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right.
Even. Set.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. They will find Davis. That's complete. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And the return will stop right around the 25. We know that the rookie's going to go to a top target like that often. That time, though, maybe a little telegraphed.
And that's not unusual because you do tend to lock in on one of your better players. And when under duress, when in doubt, you're going to throw the ball in his direction because oftentimes you could be wrong, but that receiver will make you right. But it won't happen every time. Good defenders know this, and they get attracted to the football.
Check, 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 check.
After the interception, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Well, the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise or throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Texans on third down. They've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure. And oh, he coughed it up.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 2nd and 1. It's caught. Beckham. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
4 down, 4 down.
2nd and 10. It's complete to Hopkins. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Check, 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 check.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
What is that? 19! Here we go. It's a party now. It's a party now.
And Watson's going to throw it here. Well, he's going to have the hook up to QT. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
You're set. 19. Yeah, Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Mixon. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Houston, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, the calendar changed October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.